Beginning September 12th and running through November 2nd, Hasted Kraeutler will be exhibiting across the ravaged land. Photographs by Nick Brandt.
Welcome to the final installment of the trilogy of books that I've been working on for the last 12 years. This exhibition is Across the Ravaged Land. The title completes the combined titles of the three books, On This Earth, A Shadow Falls, Across the Ravaged Land. And the more somber and melancholy tone of this final body of work is summed up by the photo to my right, which is the cover of this final book. Since 2009, when I finished my last book, there has been a massive increase in the destruction of animals across the African continent as a result of an increased demand for animal parts from China and the Far East. As a result of seeing the level of destruction and so little being done in one critical area of East Africa, I started Big Life Foundation 3 years ago. We now have over 300 rangers working to protect the animals in that area. The guy in this photograph is one of Big Life's rangers, and he's supporting on his shoulders the tusks of an elephant killed in 2004. One of the photos in the last show I had here was elephants walking through grass, shot in 2008. The matriarch leading that herd was killed by poachers the year after I took the photo. A photo in this show is a deliberate echo, a kind of tragic echo of that earlier photograph. The 22 men in this photograph are all Big Life rangers who work day and night to protect the elephants and other animals in the ecosystem. Another series of photographs that reflect the darker themes going on in this book are the series of photos of animal trophies that were killed by hunters. One in the show is Lion Trophy. They're looking out over the land where once they roamed. So these trophies were taken and positioned on these posts to try and get a feeling of them being alive in death. Lion and Wildebeest is actually one of my favorite photos. It has so many elements that I normally would avoid photographing. It's shot in the middle of the day in glaring sunlight. It features a very prominent dead creature, and the lion has its mouth open. And just in the same way that you wouldn't take a photograph, a portrait of a human being with his or her mouth hanging open, I don't want to with animals either. One of the reasons the photo for me is personally so powerful is that it's a double portrait. The wildebeest is gazing up to the heavens. It's kind of, again, it's sort of alive in death. In the photo Elephant Skull, a group of elephants over the course of half an hour came over to this skull lying on the ground and one by one touched it, felt it, rolled it around, smelled it, and you really felt unequivocally that they knew exactly who this elephant was and were sort of paying its respects. I don't consider that anthropomorphizing. In the photo of the two elephants, I wanted a deliberate sense of ambiguity as to whether the elephant on the ground was alive or dead. The good news is she's alive. But when I saw these two elephants in that position, what struck me was that I had never, in all my years, seen the baby standing over a living elephant. Typically, you only see that when the elephant on the ground is dead. This particular elephant is my favorite of all the elephants in Amboseli. I followed him for 3 weeks, waiting to get the portrait that I wanted of him. When you consider that this elephant has tusks so huge that they would bring tens, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars on the market in China, it's something of a miracle that he can still walk the land without being killed. I breathe a huge sigh of relief each time that I see him. The photo that I chose to end the entire trilogy is Elephant Footprints. We don't know where that elephant is going or whether it makes it back. For me, the photo begs the question, will these footprints ultimately become the footprints of elephants past? I just hope that mankind comes to its senses and allows the elephants to cross these lands for generations to come.
View the works of Nick Brandt at Hasted Kraeutler from September 12th through November 2nd.